I do recognize that I need a lot of attention, and that I do sometimes get a little too upset when I'm not getting that from someone, like I don't know, screaming me in their face. But that is something about me that I do enjoy, and I love that part about me. So I'm not working on wanting less attention. I'm working on how I react or cope with not getting enough. That way I could still love that part about me and not be devastated when it doesn't get met. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, and everyone should learn from that, because I'm so proud of him for recognizing the issue, learning that he still likes it, but still wanting to adjust his feelings.
Welcome to another week of dysfunction. Here's Jackie and Matt.
I just read your email.
Work on something every day.
And no, I don't feel uncomfortable asking you these questions, but I feel like I should ask these questions to a professional that can give proper advice for others. These aren't all my questions. Well, some of them are mine, but some of them are questions I ask my friends. Like, what are some things that you want to hear from like a sex therapist? And technically, you don't have the background to answer them. You can give your opinion, though.
No, that's all I was asking. I said that. I said, I know I'm not a therapist, just as somebody who dated, past your age by a few years. I just figured.
Yeah, but I'm married, so it's different.
No, I get it.
Like,
I just didn't think these were all pertaining to you,
Oh, no, they're not all pertaining to
Right, that's what I mean. Some of these are just generic, like, discussion questions.
Yeah.
Not generic, but, discussion questions.
Oh, no.
I was just wondering if you felt uncomfortable talking about that.
I don't want to know about your sex life.
Exactly. So you do feel uncomfortable.
I don't want to know about your sex life.
So you are uncomfortable.
Not uncomfortable. It's like you asking your brother, your sister about their sex life. It's disgusting. Like, I don't want to imagine you having sex with someone.
I feel the same way, but I still entertain those discussions with my brothers and sisters.
Ew, no. Why would... No.
Yeah, I know.
There's a line when it comes to siblings, and sex is one of them.
Communication.
I ask my sister sometimes, but then sometimes I'm like, nope, never mind, I don't want to know.
Yep.
Because then I remember she's my sister.
Yeah. My sister bought me a prostitute for my 16th birthday.
That's disgusting, honestly. Not that prostitutes are disgusting. It's just your first time should... I don't know. I think...
It wasn't my first... It was, another one. You want to get into this, or you want to just...
Was it your first or no?
No.
Then why should she get you a prostitute?
I don't know.
I remember you telling the story, but then why?
I think it was because Tim was rubbing it in that he was like, getting a lot more action than I was.
So?
I don't know. My sister
Everyone
was
has
like,
their own, one of my sisters has been with the same guy since high school, and they're most likely going to get married. She's probably not going to have sex with anyone else, and that's fine.
Well, keep in mind, Tim was 14. So, I mean, we were children. We were not thinking like logical adults who had reasoning, and we were thinking like horny teenagers. Especially horny male teenagers are the fucking worst. Ugh, man.
So Tim lost his virginity at 14.
No, he was getting blowies.
Ew.
Yeah.
Wait, when did you lose your virginity?
Not to her. That was a blowy. It was about...
Did you enjoy it?
Yes, thoroughly.
Okay.
I'd say it was about 17, like right when I turned 17. It was that summer, I suppose. So, yeah.
Did you like the girl? Were y'all in a relationship?
No, we ended up being, and then yes. So
explain your first time, because I don't understand.
Oh boy. You want like the story leading up to it?
Yes, I want to understand.
Well, drug-fueled weekend with a friend of mine who, I don't know, I was never, I guess, popular with the ladies up until then, but I felt, I don't know, that she was hinting at it, and she was being very, what's the word?
Don't say a word that's...
Indirect.
Okay.
Indirect.
Okay, I'll take that word.
Yeah. And then finally, at some point, her sister came up to me and was like, "What are you, dense?" And I'm like, what? And she just handed me like a couple of condoms. And she was like, "Go talk to my sister." And I was like, "Okay."
Ew.
Yeah, I know.
So, okay, I don't think I could ever, like, push my sister to go have sex with someone. I think it's just because of the relationships I have with my sisters. And the one that I am closer to is the youngest out of my mom's side, like the
Right.
kids that my mom had with my dad.
Right.
And that's just disgusting. I know she lost her virginity pretty young, and I was pretty upset about it because I didn't lose mine until I was 18. And it was special. It was someone I cared for. And then after that, I just kind of like had sex with whoever because I didn't value sex as much as I did before. And that sounds bad, but then some of the things that I learned is like every time you have sex, they take a piece of you, which was true, at least for me and males. For males, I was very like emotionally invested. And it was hard for me to like separate that with sex. So I stopped having sex with guys altogether unless I was like in a relationship with them.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It'd make me very uncomfortable.
Granted, you got to remember too, you're only talking about like what, a 5-6 year period here.
I understand that, but
I'm not saying you're inexperienced though. I'm just saying
I am inexperienced. There's a lot that I would love to learn and still try, but then I also have to remember I had a child and I was sick for 2 years. Yeah. And like I was trying to have a children, so I didn't have sex with anyone within that time span. And I'm like finally starting to get ready to like start dating again. So I don't know.
That's interesting. What about, oh man, do you mind if I
go for it?
Have a question?
Yes.
Okay. Is it weird for me to ask you what about your sex life that isn't being fulfilled by your husband? Is he just less active than you, or?
Yeah, he's less active than me. He also has like, he's gonna hate this.
He don't listen.
I know he doesn't listen. No. He had like such a addiction to porn as a kid. And when I met him, he was so insensitized to like being with girls that he literally did not finish with any girl. Like our first time was hilarious. Like we were having sex. It was the first date. And I was just like, I was right in the point in my life where I was like, okay, I'm ready to date again. I'm just going to have my first one night stand. And of course, my first one night stand in a sense was Grayson. And I ended up marrying him.
It wouldn't have worked any other way.
Right. But like, it was mutual. We got bored in the middle of it. We're like,
oh boy.
I was like, hey, are you done? Like, are you like, I was like, I'm kind of bored. He's like, I'm kind of bored too. So that was like the beginning of our sex life together.
Wow. And it summarizes so much kind of like, not jokingly, but sadly and semi-truthfully. That's great.
Well, on top of that, we were watching Big Mouth from Netflix.
Oh, God. That's a tough show.
That was our first date show, and then we went on to Rick and Morty.
Boy. Wait, where were you watching? Where was the date?
In my apartment.
Nice.
Well,
so this was happening.
No, it was at the bar first. Started pouring, raining, and we decided
Wait, you drink?
Yeah, like before I had my gallbladder removed, I drank a lot more. Now I just drink 1 or 2 drinks, and then I'm good. But we grabbed more drinks at like the corner store from my apartment complex, and then we walked back to the apartment. It was pouring, raining, and then we just spent the rest of it watching Netflix and cuddling, and then we tried to have sex. It was kind of like, and then we just stopped, and then he stayed over, and then he kept coming back after that. Months later, we got married.
And then he just kept coming back.
Yep, he never left.
No, you know what they say? Like, feed the dog. Don't feed stray dogs. You feed them once, they keep coming back.
Yep, that was him.
That's pretty funny.
But then...
Wait, who asked who out? I want to hear that story.
So we first went out with one of my friends to a bar and ramen place, and we went rock climbing. at the
This sounds
bar,
familiar.
at the bar, we figured out we were very similar, and our mutual friend told us that we were very similar. So then he asked me to hang out again, and we both almost canceled on each other, but then last minute we decided not to, and then
Weird. Why were you going to cancel?
I had work. I wanted to go to the office and finish up some work stuff at like 8:00 at night.
Well, look what you almost missed.
I know.
The universe intervened.
But yeah, I don't think there's much missing, like other than the fact that he has like a weird idea of sex. There's a lot he doesn't have a preference. Like he has no thing that he's like, I want to try this. He's more like, I'll try whatever. But then as a girl, that's like a turn on, like it turns me off because I'm like, I have all these things I want to try and do, but none of it interests you. So it's no longer fun.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So I would rather find partners that are interested in the same things. It gives me the space that I could feel comfortable with myself and do them in a comfortable space without having to feel like I'm being annoying to him.
Right.
So I just do that instead.
Or you just don't want to try with somebody who's not interested, genuinely. I understand that completely.
Like, he has no preferences at all. Like, none. It's so frustrating.
He's like, yeah, whatever. You're like,
he's like, yeah, I'll try that. He's literally, he's told me he's seen, like, every different kind of porn, like, up to the weird to, like, the cool.
Oh, no.
Like, he's seen everything. And sometimes he'll show me videos of some of the weirdest things that he's seen, and I'm like, oh, my God. Like, I'm not into that, but gosh.
Yeah. I'm sure it gets pretty weird out there.
Well,
I'm very vanilla.
You're vanilla? There's nothing that you want to try? Like, no preferences you have?
Oh, I have preferences, definitely.
Okay. Like what?
This is where you're going to start getting grossed out. Maybe we should move past or no?
Well, let's just say it, and then I'll just, like, hold it inside and just, like, gross out later on.
Or we could just save it for Friday.
Well, no, because
no, we don't want to
I have so many questions for her.
I've never had a one-night stand. I would like to have some sort of anonymous encounter.
An anonymous encounter?
Yeah. I don't know how else to say it.
A one-night stand! I would like to have an anonymous encounter with someone.
A one-night stand implies that there is, like, it's at night.
You're at a bar, you met a rando, and then you went home with them, and yeah.
I'd be fine with the bathroom stall.
I've had a one-night stand, and it sucked, actually.
That's what I figured. That's why I haven't done it.
Well, it only sucks because, what was he? He was a dentist, or he was in school to become a dentist, and we met at a college bar, and he just, like, sucked overall. Like, I didn't feel comfortable. I left halfway through. I was like, hey, I don't like this. And he's like, okay, I understand. Then I left, and that was it. I'm, like,
That's
really good at, like, saying, like, hey, I'm not into this. I'm, like, very communicative. Like, hey, I don't like that. Hey, I do like that. Because that's the only way it'd be enjoyable for anyone. If you're honest and you tell them what you want or you don't want.
Right.
We just didn't match.
Or you end up in a terrible situation.
Yeah. Like, you know how many girls just, like, zone out during sex because they don't want it? And at that point, it's kind of rape. Like, I know that's, like, a big word to say with that, but there's so many girls that just give in to get it over with because the guy's pressuring them so much, and it's uncomfortable.
I'll bet. Guys are pretty, I say it like I'm not one. I'm like, guys are pretty domineering as far as that goes.
Well, there's a safe space to be able to do that, but, like,
right.
I'm really upfront, be like, hey, I don't want this, or hey, no, thank you.
Good.
But it's not always bad. It could come out good. You can meet a girl at the bar and be like, hey, I'm down. Are you down? And then y'all get consent, and then y'all go on to your bedroom, and then y'all have fun. And it might not be bad.
Or bathroom stall.
No, why a bathroom stall? That's like a high school thing. That's like a thing that you have to go and hide in a bathroom stall.
I missed my high school.
Ew, I don't want to know that. You have little penis. Little penis in high school. Doesn't do much.
What's that?
I just imagine all high schoolers to have little penises.
They're pretty much developed.
Not in my head.
I was so that plus, I think I kind of I don't know. I think aside from, that and probably just all the stuff I would want to try would just involve me and like one girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much the extent of, how weird it would get.
You don't want a threesome or anything like that?
I can't make one girl happy. I'm going to make two happy.
Wait, why do you think that?
It's just a joke.
Oh, so you don't want a threesome?
It's a nice fantasy. I just feel like it's
it is attainable.
Narcissistic.
So, do you want the girl to be pleasuring you, or you pleasuring the girls, or guy?
God, that's so weird to say. I guess I would prefer to be pleasured.
Okay. So, you do want a threesome. That is something that you are interested in. Are you interested in bondage?
I wouldn't say no. No, that is a no.
Why?
I don't know. It's just not something that interests me. I figured that out when we were doing the fetish events, the catering.
Mm-hmm.
That is just something that does not interest me. And I don't know if it's because of my experiences with that crowd, or if just the
what do you mean?
The act in and of itself. Just that's where I lost one of the last girlfriends. Plus, some of those people weren't super nice to me, but I don't think that's tied into it. I think the act just in and of itself is not something that has ever interested me. Any of the bondage stuff. I mean, I get being submissive or dominant a little bit. But yeah, I think anything that involves tying and ropes or pain
mm-hmm.
and none of that interests me even a little bit. And I don't know why. Probably Catholic something.
Okay.
Well,
it doesn't always have to be like, you could just not be interested in it, and that's fine.
That's probably what it is.
Are you
It also could
open to like gay stuff?
No, sadly.
Sorry, all gays.
Yeah.
All the gays out there that is interested in Matt. Matt wishes, but he cannot.
I do wish, man. Life would be so much easier.
Wait, why? Why do you wish? Okay, I understand your nightmares that used to have like guys were majority of the ones that like they were nightmares to you. Does that play why you are not interested in guys, or have you just not found a guy that you were interested in, or are you just not interested in guys, period?
I'm interested in Jason Statham.
I know this.
And that's the end of the line.
But
no, to be honest though, that plays something into it. I guess I would say never, but it's just not something. I've never looked at a guy and like been attracted.
But sometimes you can get attracted
I've been able
to personalities. What if you were attracted to a personalities and he happens to be male and you happen to have a man crush that turns into a gay thing?
I would entertain that if it came up.
Turn into a relationship, sexual relationship with a male.
I've never generally had a sexual relationship develop out of a personality crush or a relationship formed based on
personality.
Right.
So when you have an attraction towards someone, what do you base that attraction on?
Generally, sense of humor and face.
Okay.
I know that's terrible.
No, it's not terrible. Everyone has their preferences. I don't know why people like, oh, you're against this.
They say you got to appreciate.
You can appreciate anyone, but you could still have a preference.
Yep. And I prefer, honestly, I don't know what the nice way to call them. We'll just say petite. That's the nicest way I could phrase it.
So you like thinner girls?
And tinier,
You like small?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's why everyone thinks I like Asians as well.
That would make sense.
Back to that. Yeah. But it's not that it's Asian, it's just that they tend to fit that grouping sometimes a little better than any other race.
No, they do.
Or nationality. but I do. Yeah, especially like considering I was somebody that if I like roll over in the middle of the night, they're dead.
Wait, what? That's horrible.
Oh, I know. It's funny to think about though. What happened, Matt? I don't know. I rolled over. She was gone.
Okay,
Oh.
wonderful.
Yeah.
So, like, my preferences usually come from, like...
She'd have to be the big spoon, too. Don't forget about that.
How's that possible?
You can go. You can act like hugging a big teddy bear. Think about that.
Okay. That's not possible. Yeah. I can't see, like... I actually don't even know, like, how tall you are, so...
5'5". Apparently, I'm 5'8". I told you my doctor's an asshole. He was like, hop up.
Wait, then Grayson's taller than you.
He probably is, yeah. He said, hop up. How tall are you? I said 5'10" and a half. And he goes, you're not even 5'9". Get up there. Let me measure you. And then he measured. He goes, I'm barely 5'8", dude. And I was like, yeah. Sorry. I didn't know that. That's kind of sad.
That is sad.
Yeah. Okay. So 5'8".
So where I was about to say, so my preferences usually come from personality. I love intelligence. Like when a guy is smart, no matter how he looks, like I'm automatically turned on. I want to have sex with them because I like the idea of intelligence. And I forgot what that was called. There's a word for it. Sapiophile? I don't know how to...
Oh, sapiophile?
Sapiophile? Is that how you pronounce it?
Is it an S or a C?
SapiophileE.
Yeah, it's a
Sapiophile.
It might be sad.
Yeah, I'm attracted to like intelligence.
I definitely understand that. Yeah.
And then most likely personality and sometimes looks, but most of the time that doesn't do much for me because I could be like physically attracted to someone and then once they like touch me or like I get to know them, I'm no longer attracted to them. Like I had
oh my God.
I had a crush on one of my friends for like the longest time, only like on his looks. And then I got to know him a little more and the attraction is still there, but it's not really like, it's not sexual attraction. It's just attraction. Like I would if I was drunk enough to have sex with you, but other than that, like not really.
Well, at that point, it's just kind of rapey.
Yeah. Or like sometimes I'll be attracted to someone and I just don't know why. And it's just one of those people like, I have a friend who looks like this guy in this show that just came on Netflix called Julie and the Phantoms, right? It's like a in-between teen, it's a teen show. It's about like this band that like they died and then they came back as ghosts and they're playing in a band with this girl.
Sounds like Scott Pilgrim.
I don't know what that is, but okay. But the main singer, he reminds me of my ex, which I don't know why I'm attracted to my ex or that guy, but I just am. He's just like one of those people that I'm just still attracted to them.
They're not attractive? Like,
he's attractive, but it's like one of those things that he has nothing that really, like, from my usual type. He's not my usual type. He's not, like, super smart where it's, like a smart... He's smart, but not, like, super smart, like my usual type. And he's...
Is he your sex idiot?
What's a sex idiot?
That's a thing.
Wait, what's a sex idiot? But he's not an idiot. He is smart, but he's not, like, my type of super smart. Like, I love high IQ, guy that's super awkward. Like, my husband, he's super smart, right? He looks like the guy from Fantastic Beasts, just like him.
Yes.
Like, they look exactly alike. It's really uncomfortably creepy every time I watch Fantastic Beasts because I'm like, I'm watching Grayson on TV.
Right?
Huh?
But he was in Les Miserables, right? The musical?
Oh, I have no idea.
What's the name of that actor? Do you know?
I'm about to look it up. No, because I'm really bad at names.
So in a group, if you're dating more than one person at a time, especially like sexually, generally, and not generally, but
Newt Scamander
it tends to be.
My husband looks just like Newt Scamander, and he's just as smart as Newt in his own way. And that's usually my type. It's like he just fits in that.
That's the character's name. What's the actor's name?
Oh, Eddie Redmayne.
Thank you.
Yes.
Wait,
what's a What's a sex idiot?
Yeah, in a group of, if you're dating or I guess romantically involved with more than one partner, generally of that group, one of them will be of much lower intelligence than the rest of the group. I don't know how it happens. It's like a phenomenon I've noticed. It's just people tend to sleep with one idiot, comparatively speaking, to the rest of the group. And he sounds like he's your sex idiot.
But he's not, though. Like, I think my sex idiot, his name, well, I'm not going to say his real name, but I'll let you know what his real name. His name was, and he was like one of my first boyfriends, and he was an idiot, but he was the most romantic idiot that I ever dated.
Aww.
And he was so sweet, but like, he was a fucking idiot.
Is he, any chance he's gonna? Oh, he's not gonna listen.
No, I know he won't listen. But for the most part, I haven't had a sex idiot since then.
Oh,
girls, yeah, I've had some sex idiot girls.
So, you want to hear something crazy? Not really crazy, just weird.
What?
I really still didn't quite grasp the concept of open relationships, like even a week ago. I was talking to a vacuum guy, right? Mm-hmm. Our origin story before we get our superpowers, you know. So, and I was asking him about it. I was telling him, like, I still don't quite get it. Mm-hmm. And he was like, well, he didn't explain it this way. Pretty much what I've derived is that any healthy relationship is an open relationship. As long as you're not keeping secrets, any relationship is technically an open relationship. Like, it's
okay.
Open sexually is different from open, you know what I mean?
No.
Open just means open communication.
Okay. Is that how you view it?
That's how I view it.
Okay. So when someone says I'm in an open relationship, there are different like categories and tiers. Right. Some couples are okay with flirting, going out, flirting with someone else, coming back home and having sex with whoever their partner is, which I've seen that often. And then
I hear girls are not okay with that more than guys. Guys are like, fine. Generally.
Well, yeah, generally, because there's a lot of insecurity that comes with open relationships and being okay with the other partner. But for some reason, which humans are not made for this, or they want to keep and lock up their significant other because at that point they feel like that's their property, which I don't see as a healthy relationship. I don't believe that anyone's my property. I don't believe that any of their choices are mine. I think I should be able to give them the freedom that they want within a relationship. And then if they choose to still stay with me and choose to still be in a relationship with me without going with others, that's their choice. But then I also have a right to make my choices within that relationship and see, flirt, date who I would like. But then there's also the conversation you have to have, what kind of relationship you want to have with others. Some people are okay with just the emotional, I don't want to say father figure, like big brotherly figure with other girls that occasionally cuddle, hold hands, and then they're a protector in a way. And then, and I know.
Wait, who has that?
Who? I don't know who. It's just a tier. There's
no,
like
but
different
I mean, like,
tiers.
Right, I get that. And who requests this generally? Is this a? Are you saying it as a female or just either person in the relationship?
Either person. I was the one that brought it up in my relationship because I knew before I got married that was something I was interested in. I've always done my research about it, and I wasn't ready in the beginning of our marriage. But then once I met someone else and then I felt like I was ready, then that's when I had the conversation with Grayson, and then I
opened communication.
Yeah. So there's like,
right.
I don't lie to him. I don't cheat or anything like that.
Right.
But yeah.
I think that's kind of what I was getting at is as long as you are clear with your wants and intentions, aka open with your communication, and your partner is okay with the same thing, and everything is communicated well and correctly, and nobody agrees to anything that they really are not okay with.
But you as a person, you're not okay with an open marriage or relationship, correct?
I would not be okay with my significant other sleeping with any other guys, and I'd be wary about them sleeping with other women because I know what happens in my experience too. Women who sleep with people in general, just they tend to have an emotional attachment to them.
Okay.
Like you said, give a piece away, right?
Yeah, but that's just every woman is different. It's not all women.
I know.
Personally
that's why I said I'd be wary.
But there are other relationships like polyamory. And I know we've had this conversation multiple times, but it doesn't seem to be something that you understand because it's not something you experience. But polyamory is imagine Matt, right? Matt, you fall in love with someone, right? You marry that person. Yeah. This person is gay too. Well, not gay. She's lesbian, pansexual, whatever queer word you want to enter there. And she wants to be with a woman, right? Yeah. You bring that woman in. You like that other woman too. You're attracted to that other woman and you're still attracted to your wife. Now you have two women.
Right? I know. I said I'd be okay with that. Then, I said I would just be wary of something like that.
Wait. And then that woman wants a male, including you. Then you enter a male. So now it's a quapple. There has to be a word for there, and it's not a throuple. It's a quapple.
Yeah, it's a quadruple.
Quadruple.
Yeah. Quapple.
I like quapple better. So then y'all create this quapple, and now
it is quapple.
You're dating both women. He's dating both women, which includes your wife, right? You're sharing your wife with another male.
I would not be okay with this.
Why?
But that's me personally.
But what if it's still just a bunch of love there? It's not like y'all are still doing it within this relationship, not outside this relationship. You guys all live together. You'll all love each other, and it's a different relationship with each other. And then you're still really good friends with the other guy. Of course, there will be jealousy. Like, there's always jealousy.
What are we gonna high five about banging my wife? Give each other pointers.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how that part will go. But, like, would you be open to that?
Like I said, never say never. But right now, I would be way too worried about
what?
Being outdone.
Outdone?
Yeah, I would be too worried about the woman that I pick not actually being on the level about what was happening, and then her ending up just leaving with the other two of them.
But why? You guys would both be important, and you guys both provide something different for that person, for your...
If you can guarantee me that the rest of my life would go exactly like that happily, I would be on board with it.
Okay.
The reason I say no is because nobody can guarantee that.
No one can guarantee that. But at the same time, you're telling the person you're with, what if you don't complete everything sexually for them, right?
Probably true.
Now that person over time will start resenting you.
Right.
Because you don't complete everything sexually that she wants. And then it's just going to end badly anyways. But if you give in to her once, you still provide everything that you can and you are willing to that person, and she's happy with that. And then she has someone else on the side to complete the rest. And she's happy, you're happy still, he's happy. Like, the only thing that might come in the way is jealousy every once in a while when you guys aren't communicating properly. Usually jealousy comes out of miscommunication.
Right.
So.
I think you used it actually, I don't know. You used the right word there is if I gave in to her wants, and that's not something I want to do. I want to meet someone who either I do everything for, or I would all just be way okay with letting her do what made her happy, regardless of what that was. You know what I mean? So yes, you said the right thing. I'm just re-scrambling your words for myself, my brain. Hey everybody, thanks for listening this far, and I didn't think you'd make it. We appreciate it very much. Just if you could do us a favor and go find us anywhere and follow us, rate, subscribe.
We'll be under the tree meditating.
Yes.
Go find us.
I will have a rainbow coming out of my head.
I was hoping you would say ass.
I will have a rainbow coming out of my ass.
Like a unicorn.
Yeah, like, wait, what? Well, we're at Twitter, Magic for Humans, TikTok, Spotify, YouTube. The link is through the website on that one, which is magicforhumans.com as well. Oh, we have a second Instagram, which is Magic for Humans, the number 4, and then with an S.
Like, comment on all our pictures, videos, and download, and give us stars on the iTunes, please. The iTunes.
Yes, especially the iTunes. But anywhere you get your podcasts or podcarts, rate, subscribe, and comment, please. We will read the positive comments on air.
Ooh, that's nice.
We'll read the negative ones too, because it'll be fun. Don't leave negative ones though.
If anyone leaves us a 1-star rating, I will go and murder you in your sleep, in your dreams, and then you'll wake up and be murdered again every time you go to bed.
You'll be living the same day over and over. It's like,
but you're not sure if you're awake or asleep.
It's deja vu. And please feel free to go to the website and send in any art. Music is great. Drawings are great.
And
jokes are great.
That you find that inspire you from our podcast, we will gladly look at it, post it, or even promote you as well. So thank you very much for any artwork that's sent in.
Yes, thank you very much. Go to the website, check out our gallery there where we're going to have, featured artists and featured selected art. Also on the website, we do have Venmo and PayPal if you want to support us to get this, I guess, project off the ground.
Way. Yes.
It really does. Our editor isn't cheap and I talk a lot. Help. Back to the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yes, I guess
I feel like we've
when
had
I
this
meet the right person.
3 times already, but it's okay.
I know. Well, I didn't want to say or have this conversation. I just wanted to let you know that I got it on a different level this time this week because I was talking to what's his name. But yeah, I'd be okay with any of this if I met the right person. Because I feel like when I meet the right person, I would happily let her do anything that made her happier. You know?
Okay. Good.
You don't think so?
No, I do think so. I want to make sure that you understand that. Like, I want you to be happy too. Not do something just to make someone else happy because then you'll regret her or not resent.
I would resent it. I'd resent myself immediately for signing up for something that I wasn't really cool with. And that's why generically right now my answer would be probably not a good idea. But, I'm still growing as a person and learning about this. So
yeah, your opinion has changed every single time we talked about this, very slightly. Not completely, but very slightly. So it's working.
Slightly enough that it's interesting.
It's working. I'm turning him to the dark side, guys. He's turning into a quapple.
You're the PR person?
Yeah.
for open relationships?
Yeah.
Yeah. Get him. Oh, dude, it's stealth urban marketing.
Well, I'm not a huge, there's this woman on YouTube, and I forgot her name, but she is an advocate for having open marriages, open relationships. And she recently got married to her husband, and they met in an open relationship setting. They're continuing their open relationship. Her family knows. She's on YouTube. She gives so much information, and she's this beautiful, curly-haired, tan woman. I don't know.
Can you give her name or no?
I don't know her name. I wish I knew her name from the top of my head. She's written books. She's on YouTube. She's very I'm pretty sure I could find her. And I know she will never know who I am as a human, although I wish that she did. She was the one who really opened my eyes up to having an open relationship in my future when I ran across her.
How do you bring this up to somebody who may be closed off to the idea?
What do you mean?
You can't, right? What if you're dating someone and you think that they might not be okay with even bringing one up? Her name is then that's someone you don't want to be with.
Booty.
Shut up, is it?
Okay, so it's ShanBoody. She's on YouTube. She has podcasts. She has a book. She's an advocate. She explains about sexual health.
I know who she is.
Yeah, she's beautiful. Oh my gosh, she's fucking gorgeous.
Oh, her name's Shannon. I see.
But she was the person
MTV.
who like opened my mind up to having an open relationship. And
Sure.
then I see other people like Kelsey Darragh. She was from what's it called? She's from this big show that's on YouTube, and I forgot what they're called. Literally, the cooking shows, everything, I forgot. Anyways, but
Kelsey Darragh?
Yeah, Darragh. She started her own podcast. She started her own YouTube, and she's also in an open relationship.
Dream Dinner? Oh.
And this is her first open relationship. So she kind of talks through all the different things that are going on within the relationship. He's like this really cool DJ, and I don't know. Those are like the two people that I really look at, because one is the beginning of her idea of an open relationship, and the other one's been doing it for years. So that's where I'm learning more about this. And then, I don't know, it's just really cool.
I think it's fascinating that pretty much anybody I've spoken with over the age of 40 just views it as swingers, just orgy people.
Well, no, I'm not really comfortable.
That's what they see when they hear it.
In an orgy setting, I think I'd be open to it. Well, okay, because there's orgy parties, right? There's kink parties. I would love to go to an orgy party, right? But I don't know how comfortable I would be. I'm very awkward. I'm very anxious type person. I would have to drink.
Exactly the same.
I don't want to experience my first orgy on alcohol and drugs.
Right. I'm dying to just like attend one, and I mean definitely fully clothed. I'd wear like a tuxedo.
Well, like, and how clean is everyone? That's another thing that'd be in my mind. Or how safe is everyone else with consent? There's like so many things that go in my head about those orgy parties that I'm like very uncomfortable about still, but I'll bet that's open to going to like kink parties now.
I would bet that the average orgy is not super well defined what the rules are. And I'll bet it's kind of an awkward mess, but I would like to see exactly what like the average one was like.
Well, there has to be an organized one, at least.
I'm sure there is. There's got to be. Let's look up well-organized orgies.
Well, that's another thing. How do you find them? How do you find people within that community without being a creep? And also, Reddit, like, I've only seen really big communities in California. I'm in Texas. I don't have at least I don't feel like there is a huge market here. And there is like a swingers club kind of, but you can only go in as a couple, and you have to have a female with you. Which, what about the gays? Like, what if I want to bring a female, or what if a male wants to bring a male, or what if I like want to bring my friend and his brother? Like, what if there's just so many rules? And I understand to make sure that the female and male thing is like equal or whatever.
Right.
But
here she is.
I don't know. There's like so many what ifs that it's very scary to even think about doing that right now. And plus, I'm still not where I am, where I would like to be with my body. I'm not comfortable showing it off yet again. So.
Oh, interesting.
Well, so like.
Hey.
I don't know.
I looked up this Kelsey Darragh character.
Uh-huh.
It looks like she has that thing you were talking about the other day. Hip dips. Yeah, and I hope she does. Otherwise, this is very offensive to her.
Well, she won't listen to us. Hopefully. Well,
but
I would appreciate if Kelsey would. And hi, Kelsey, if you ever do. But like, I know you won't. You're too famous for us.
Otherwise, please come on the show.
But like. Yeah, it's common to have hip dips. Hip dips are normal for all women, right? You have to work very hard not to have it, or you have to naturally not have it. And I naturally didn't. But then now that my legs are as toned, I do now, and it's very frustrating. So I'm just working out until I get to a point where I'm comfortable with them again.
Is it something that you can tone out, like work out and get rid of?
Yeah, you can. Okay. It's just, I was on bed rest for most of my pregnancy, and then after my pregnancy I was still sick. I still had like 2 surgeries after, and then having the time to get back to work, take care of my child, take care of my husband and the house, I finally am getting to the point where I'm taking care of myself, which is like, Artemis is what, a year and 3 months old. It's been a while, so.
Yeah, it's actually, well, that's a long time to go.
Without taking care of myself.
Like to not to do anything.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you've been taking care of yourself, but
not
I know
necessarily. Like I wasn't taking care of my mental health. I wasn't taking care of my physical health in the sense where working out, feeling good about myself. I wasn't taking care of like how I felt about myself. I was just focusing on my daughter and my marriage and my house and whatever. But now I'm focusing on myself. Like, I got my hair done. I'm doing the things that I used to do that would make me happy and make sure that I was keeping up with myself and like taking care of myself. I'm working out again. I'm getting to the point where I'm comfortable talking to other people again, going out again.
That's great.
So like, it just took a long time, but I feel like I just want it instantly, and that's not how life works. I wish it was a switch.
No, but like, you're the on and off immediately.
Yeah.
Well, you grew up like right in that age group where everything was almost in that age group where everything was available instantly. You know.
Yeah.
Like streaming, Amazon Prime, for fuck's sake. You know, insane that is to me still.
That's true.
That I can order shit and it shows up that day.
Well, next day. Right now, we're in the middle of a pandemic, but next day.
But it still happens.
Yeah, it's still.
I don't understand it. And the streaming thing is still, like, boggles my mind to think about. Like, I remember walking to Blockbuster to rent things to then walk back and return after you rewound them. You had to start the movie back at the beginning.
Wait, you did?
Yeah, you had to rewind it, like, all the way back to the beginning before you returned it. Or they charged you a fee because the employee had to rewind it.
I remember when Netflix started and they started us sending CDs and DVDs to people, and then you had to mail it back. You know how many DVDs I never mailed back?
So many.
Yeah.
I remember my rich friend, he had that service like early. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what the fuck is this? He's like, it's a DVD. And I'm like, what's with all the red?
And now we have Netflix.
Like, yeah.
And they create their own movies. That's awesome.
Too many movies. They pretty much greenlit everything that got pitched to them for a good year there.
But I like that. Like, I like the possibility of watching movies and working and just turning it off. But that is a good point. Like, now I have this thing in my head where I just wish I had the body I want instantly, and I wish I had without having to do all that work. And I wish that was a thing, but at the same time I don't, because then I wouldn't have any motivation to do anything at that point. Or I wouldn't enjoy anything at that point.
Anything worth doing is worth working for, or something like that, or worth doing right, I suppose.
Yeah.
Interesting. See, I understand you. I wish I could flip the switch and go back to then, but I actually wish I could. Because I don't think I would get fat again. You know, I just can't get rid of it.
Well, what are you doing to try to get rid of it?
Nothing.
You can't complain.
I mean, I eat and drink well enough.
But are you working out?
That I wouldn't be gaining weight.
Are you standing up and walking farther than the kitchen and your workspace?
Yeah, but it's not enough I would consider it. And your exercise, yeah. Every day. No, I walk to the store every day. But it's not enough to be exercise that I would expect to gain any results from. So no, not actively trying to lose weight. But like I said, if I flipped the switch and I were skinny tomorrow and I kept up this exact lifestyle, I don't think I would gain any weight. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But you want to lose
I'm just not doing anything to lose it.
Yeah,
I do.
But if you want to, then do it.
Not at the risk of shaking my happiness level right now.
Do it. Wait,
if you want to. See, I don't want to then.
Do you think it'd make you unhappy to work out?
Working out does make me very unhappy.
Why?
Because one, it physically hurts. Two, after working out, I have to lay down And when I lay down, there's no waking me back up. So it's pretty much like once I work out, my day's over. And
well,
and I hurt.
at night.
So like, why is there fun? I know, but it's still not fun.
Okay, so
like,
what I learned recently is
it still hurts.
What I don't like about working out is that weird high that you feel. I don't like feeling disoriented in any way. So what I
come down from that is what kills me.
Yeah. So what I started to do was I smoked a little bit before I worked out, so I was already high. I worked out, which made me a little sober, but not completely sober. And then by the time of the end of my workout, when I get that euphoria or whatever you call it, that high from working out, I was already high, so it didn't make me feel uncomfortable anymore. And I just enjoyed it. And I enjoy being sore because I feel like I accomplished something. And when I'm not sore the next day, I feel like I didn't do anything or I didn't do enough.
See, I feel like your sore is your body telling you you just did something we weren't ready for, and you should have definitely told us.
Because when you're sore, that means you broke down muscle.
It means you broke. It's a key word there.
You tore muscle to build more muscle. If you have no muscle there to build on top, of course it's gonna hurt. Eventually, it stops hurting because you have enough muscle there to take on that exercise, but then you need to do something harder.
No, I understand the whole concept. I just think it's not worth it. I don't like the exchange rate.
So you just want to stay the size you are and you're happy with that?
I don't, well, happy, no. But if you want to look at it this way, right? If right now I'm at a 99 or something, right? Let's not assign numbers to this. That's a bad idea. If right now, let's say I'm extremely happy, okay? If I could be thin, but with that, I would have to work out for 30 minutes a day, I wouldn't be as happy. Like, I don't like the exchange rate. It doesn't exchange 1-to-1. Like, the amount of work I would have to do is greatly outweighed by the amount of unhappiness that would come with it. You know what I mean?
No, I get it.
It's called being a lazy piece of shit.
Yeah,
no, it's called being lazy though.
Being very lazy.
That's pretty much what it is. It's part of this like mental health journey kind of thing. I think it's all going to fall into place together because I'm already like turning the corner on this one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just explaining to you what my thought process has been up until recently.
Well, mental health has to do with physical health. If you're not healthy physically, your mental health will deplete. It won't be better just because you're healthy physically.
Oh, I'm aware.
But it will get a little better. But don't pass that line. There's this line.
I think it's the other way around too. I think my physical health went because my mental health wasn't sound at the time. I wouldn't say it's like super sound now, but I feel I'm doing fucking well. And I'm happy better. Constantly.
You're getting better. You're recognizing that you have mental health.
Correct. I've worked past the biggest obstacles I could see. But who knows? There's definitely probably other ones I haven't seen yet.
Well, you're growing because from our first episode, you saying that you have no mental health issues to now.
No, I said I wasn't. Hold on. You said I wasn't happy, and I was happy.
You weren't.
I was happy.
You weren't.
I will still argue that with you.
You weren't. So I was. Okay, my definition of happiness is me inside, deep down, when I'm alone, am I happy? Currently, no.
I am, always. But I'm alone most of the time.
But I'm happy now. Like right this second, I'm happy. I'm working, I have a job, all these things. But when I'm alone, the first thing I want to do is cope with my unhappiness, which is the same thing I do with my happiness. My coping mechanisms for when I'm happy and when I'm not happy are the same thing. So it like blends into each other.
That's weird. Not weird,
Everyone's
but that's
what do you do when you're happy?
Let's think. It depends on if I have free time or not.
Yeah, when you have free time, what do you do when you're happy?
I play video games.
Okay, so when you're sad, what do you do when you have free time?
I drink and play video games.
Same thing. It's the same thing. Yep, so your coping mechanisms are the same, so it doesn't seem like there's a difference.
I know. I said that's weird, and then I said I take that back. That's interesting.
So like, I recognize that I have the same coping mechanisms when I'm happy and I'm not happy. So what I'm trying to do is change my coping mechanisms when I'm happy and distinguish my unhappy coping mechanisms so that maybe, hopefully, I'd be able to fix why I'm not happy. I know why I'm not happy currently. And it's deep down, and it's something that I'm dealing with and having conversations with the person I'm unhappy with. But I recognize it's there. You just like to ignore your unhappiness. You pretend it's not there. And then you're just like, oh yeah, I'm happy.
No,
Yes.
I'm very happy. Unfortunately, I did ignore some stuff that needed to be done, but that really didn't stand in the way of my happiness level. Like, it sucked that one day that happened, and the day after or two. But I still think I was happy. I know I was happy before that. Because like I said, when I'm happy, I play video games. When I'm unhappy, I drink and play video games together, like the combo. And I have not gotten, blackout drunk and played video games in 6 or 7 years. So
That's good.
It's too hard to recover from a night of that. You turn the game back on and you're like, where the fuck am I? I don't even remember opening this game, much less making it to 50% through it. And then you don't know any of the buttons and blah, 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 blah. I also noticed you say recognize without the G, and it's endearing.
Wait, what? I do?
You say recognize. Like REKANIZE. Recognize. Not RECOGNIZE. Like recognize.
Recognize. English just fucking
you say it like
sucks.
a rapper. It does. It's terrible. I trip myself up every time I say hamster. There's a P in there that isn't in the word, and I don't like that.
Hamster?
Hamster.
There's a P in there?
Fuck. No, but say the word, and you'll hear a P.
Hamster?
Yeah. You don't hear a P when you say that word?
No.
HAMPSTER.
Hamster.
Yeah.
I don't
heard the
see a P.
No, there isn't one in the word, but I hear it. Yeah, now say it together.
Hamster.
Yeah, a P appeared in there, in your voice.
It's my mouth.
No, it's mine too. It's hamster. You can't say it together without making a P naturally. That's just how your mouth transitions from one to the other. It makes a pop, and it drives me fucking crazy. Everybody does it, pretty much, unless they have a speech impediment. Or they're from Boston, which is pretty much having a speech impediment.
That's not nice.
But it's funny.
That's true, but it's not nice.
No, I apologize to everyone from Boston. I love you all. I just want to say really quick, and I want you to affirm, just because I think it would be good for people to hear, that I do recognize that I need a lot of attention, and that I do sometimes get a little too upset when I'm not getting that from someone, I don't know, screaming me in their face. But that is something about me that I do enjoy, and I love that part about me. So I'm not working on wanting less attention. I'm working on how I react or cope with not getting enough. That way I could still love that part about me and not be devastated when it doesn't get met. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes, and everyone should learn from Matt, because I'm so proud of him for recognizing the issue, learning that he still likes it, but still wanting to adjust his feelings.
Yes, it's the feeling.
Growth.
Not the...
Growth, people.
Work on something every day. You know what? I feel really happy, especially happy today. I feel energized mentally, not energized I'm going to stand up and actually, do exercise. But we'll get there. 1 second, I'm walking away from the microphone. Okay, and I'm back. This sounds like a good wrapping point.
Okay, cool.
All right, I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye-bye.
You have a great day.
Thank you for listening, guys. Bye. Bye.
Bye.